Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh, Bahashem, Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Bahashem, Shai, Lord willing, fall upon all your houses. Hey man, so I was doing watching a lot of videos today, man, while I was at work, and Thawadi Yabashim shot for me, for him allowing me to be able to, listen to the word while I'm at work, but I was doing a lot of, watching videos, the elder apostles, some of the Akim and stuff like that, man, and, from a lot of camp, a lot of different camps, man, but, I was just sitting there meditating after watching a lot of those videos, man, and the topic of basically America's destruction, as well as the deliverance of the elect, sort of popped in my head, so I might make this a two-part sort of video. I might start with the destruction, and then end up making another video about the deliverance of the elect, or I might be able to get both of them in one video, however it may be, however the spirit allows it, but nonetheless, this is basically what we're going to start with, man. We'll start with that destruction, we ultimately see, because for those that pay attention, today, Sleepy Joe, Creepy Joe, however you want to call him, man, he just admitted or just put sanctions on Russia, and previously they had just stated that, if he was to put sanctions on Russia, that it basically wouldn't be an easy route, or it wouldn't be something that wouldn't be harmless. It would cause harm. It would cause problems. It would cause more tension between the two. And now you've got the EU starting to apply more pressure, and so on and so forth. All these things are happening as we speak now. Before we continue, we understand, that all things, all things have their order, right? So Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah has certain prophecies that have to take place before World War III, and that certain, main prophecy that has to take place would be what? The charagma being pushed, the hour of temptation, also named, Jacob's trouble, has to take place, before World War III can hit. But nonetheless, we still see it being built up. We still see World War III in the makings, right? All these nations are preparing for war. You got Russia out there pushing more of their troops, to the Ukraine border. You got America sending out troops to a lot of the bordering, bordering countries that border Russia, over in the European area, or the Europe era. It's like an area, and the same with, Russia. Russia's pushing, a lot of their troops to bordering, countries as well, So this World War III is brewing. It's not going to pop off immediately, because again, we still have a major prophecy that has to hit before then. But nonetheless, this is still taking place, and it's still going to happen, So let's grab these some of these precepts, man. Before I hit this one, let's go to Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right, it's right around the corner, man. Again, we see the preparation, which brings me back to Joel, the 3rd chapter, the 9th verse, right? It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. And you go to that word prepare, it goes into what? To make ready, or to make suitable, or equip in advance, in order for some what? For some purpose, or for some event, right? And that event or that purpose will be for what? For the destruction of America, or World War III, because that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to take place. America will be destroyed. America is going to have, even though, America has all these allies, even though America has all these, what do you want to call them, man? sort of these vassal states that ultimately work with America to help push its agenda within these other countries, you know, the European Union, NATO, and so on and so forth. Hey, a lot of them are going to ultimately turn on America. Why? Because they're going to see what America is doing. They're going to see right through America's bullshit, man. You know, and they're going to end up turning on America, and they're going to fight against America, right? And we started to see a little bit of that with France. You know, when America, Australia, the UK came together on that AUKUS deal, you know, the AUK, US, AUKUS, however you say it, you know, which ultimately, you know, which was about those nuclear submarines, which ultimately stepped on the toes of France, who had a deal already, you know, from I think it was like 2014, 2015, with Australia to produce these nuclear submarines. You know, America's longest and most trusted ally, America stepped on the toes of, right? And then it happened again with Greece. America had stepped on the toes of France again for a second time. You know, it's actually in the same year too. In the same year, America stepped on the toes of its longest and most trusted ally, France, by basically stealing its business, right? Canceling out or making their contracts with those nations null and void, and then entering into an agreement with them immediately, right? So that's what we're seeing, because France is ultimately now getting in bed with Russia, you know, which is, you know, causing a whole bunch of problems. America is now, you know, going to have war on many different fronts, right? Because of that, you know, it had to deal with, you know, its allies, a lot of its allies, a lot of their trusted allies, longest trusted allies. They're going to have to deal with that while dealing with, you know, the war or the rumors of war that are happening right now between America and Russia, as well as America and China, as well as America and North Korea, as well as America and Iran, as well as Israel and Iran, Israel and Syria, which Israel and America, they're in cahoots with each other, man. You know, so if you have a problem with Israel, you have a problem with America. If you have a problem with America, you have a problem with Israel, you know. And this is how it works. You know, this war, World War III, is it's right around the corner, man. You know, so I'll read this again. It says, Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. And war is being prepared. You know, again, going back into that definition, you know, to equip in advance. What are they equipping in advance? They're equipping a military, you know, their nuclear military, their military nuclear arsenal, man. They're going and creating these nuclear bombs, you know, and they're doing it in the masses, man. You know, mass producing nuclear bombs, you know, so that way, if it does come to that point, which it will, quoted in the scriptures, it will get to that point, and they have enough firepower to fight back, man. You know, that's why it says, beat your plowshares, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Plowshares and pruning hooks are agricultural or farming tools, man, you know, which is symbolic for your economy. But swords and spears are what, man? Those go into weapons of war, weapons of mass destruction, so to speak, man. You know, and that's what they're focusing on, man. They're not focusing on their economies no more. They're focusing on their military power, their military might, so that way, you know, they can hold their own when it comes to a fight. And why are they doing that? You know, Ecclesiastes 3:1. There's a season, a time, and a purpose to everything under the heavens, man. You know, that reason is what? That World War III that is to come, that's prophesied to come, you know, which again is going to lead to the destruction of America, aka Babylon, according to the scriptures, man. You know, it says, let the weak say I am strong. Again, these nations are starting to build up their nuclear arsenal, man, to be able to buck up against, you know, the bully, man, which will be America. You know, you got North Korea, you know, flexing hella hard, you know, on America, you know. China's flexing, you know. Russia's flexing. They've been flexing, you know. Fuck yeah. But this is what's going on, man. You know. You should be paying attention. You should be watching, right? you should be paying attention to what's going on around you. Scripture talks, Ephesians 5 and 15, talks about walking circumspectly, man. You know, circ means to look, and spectly means around, man. You know, to look around, you know. And not just in your local area, or not just while you're walking down a fucking trail or the sidewalk or whatever, you know, keeping your head on a swivel, but literally, you know, paying attention what's going on in your neighborhood, paying attention what's going on in your county, you're paying attention what's going on in your state, paying attention what's going on in your country, paying attention what's going on in the world, man. You know, that's you walking properly, circumspectly, man. It's like, let me rephrase that. That's you walking circumspectly, properly, man. You know, it's to look what's going on, man, because all these things will ultimately affect, you know, you. You know, they go down the chain, man. You know, but yeah. So let me continue. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Right, and that's going into, you know, the mighty ones is going into those angels, man. You know, which the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is sending to stir up the minds of these nations, man. And particularly Russia, man. You know, Russia is going to be that main nation that's going to come up against America, as we see right now. You know, so let me grab this. This is Ezekiel chapter 38. And we'll start at verse 4. You know, matter of fact, let's just start at verse 1. It says, and the word of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, which will be Russia today, right? It says, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Right, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai said, what? I will turn you back. Turn him back to what? Turn him back into that Soviet era type, Cold War type mindset, man. You know, because since the Soviet era has you know, passed on, Russia's been really dormant. You know, Russia's been, you know, really docile, you know, compared to what they used to be. And with the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai starting to turn them back into that upfront, in your face type mindset, man. You know, you see Russia's now saying, hey, you know, you pass my red line, there's gonna be consequences, you know, and you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that. You know, basically F you, you know. You know, America ain't shit compared to us. That's the type of mindset that Vladimir Putin has, man. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai has sent his angels to stir up his mind, man. To say, you know what? I'm tired of America, man. I'm tired of, you know, this place being a bully. I'm tired of having to listen to America when America don't make no wise decisions. Look at who they have in power. And you look at Creepy Joe. You look at Sleepy Joe. You know, he's a terrible fucking leader, man. He's a terrible fucking president, man. You know, and that's not just to say that, you know, because, you know, one, I don't like Esau. Hey, but you literally look at his decision making. You look at the fact that he's fucking, you know, basically senile, man. You know, they're looking at, like, you look at Vladimir Putin. He fucking sits there and swims in ice water. He actually does sports. Hey, what the fuck does Biden do? He don't do shit, man. Hey, even Vladimir Putin used to drive when he was younger, man. He used to drive taxis, man. And now he's a fucking president of Russia, man. He's a leader of Russia. You know, so he came from something, man. You know, you look at fucking Biden. Hey, Biden didn't come from nothing, man. He came from riches, man. You know, he came from a well-off family, and now he's in the position that he was at. Hey, well, Vladimir Putin ain't playing no damn joke, man. Vladimir Putin's a real fucking G, man. You know, not to say that I'm on his side or that, you know what I mean, I'm siding with Russia. I don't like neither one. I don't like America. I don't like Russia. You know, hey, but Russia is more hardcore than America, man, and they have a better leader. You know. And this is what's happening. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is turning them back into that, man, fuck America type spirit, man, like they once were, you know. I'll read it again, verse 4. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws and bring thee forth. And all thine army, it's like all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, right, man, you know. You see America, you know, or it's like you see Russia start to bring forth their military and start to show, hey, you know what? If we're really coming down to it, we'll whoop your ass, you know? type attitude, you know, and really showing their military, moving them moving them into place, you know. Verse 5, it says Persia, which would be Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, right? And this is basically, you know, just naming off a few of the allies that are going to be, or that are allies with Russia, that are going to be fighting against America, you know. This is what's going to happen, but guess what? It's not just going to be, you know, Russia and their allies. It's going to be some of America's allies that ultimately turn against America, man. You know, because again, you see France. You see France siding with Russia. You know, saying, "Hey, America, you're over here pushing the envelope, man." You know, we're not going to side with you. We're going to side with Russia. You know, this is what's happening. You know, you can read about. The matter of fact, let's just go. We'll come back. This is Revelations, chapter 17 and verse 16. It says, "In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." Right, man. You know, and that burn her with fire is going into, again, those ICBM nuclear missiles, those arrows that are going to be shot off. And this 10 horns, which goes into NATO, which is and the European Union, you know, really going into the beast, you know, are going to turn against America, man. You know, and side with America's enemies, man, which in the point right now would be who? Would be Russia, you know. This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to take place, you know. It's prophecy, man, you know. So let's go right here to, matter of fact, let me see if there's a little bit more. You know what? We'll just drop it right there. We'll go to Jeremiah, and I'm just rolling in the spirit, man. Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. Yeah, you know, just to expound on the Revelations 17 and 16. It says, verse 7. It says, "Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine," which her wine will go into her philosophy. You know, that Roman type lifestyle that America is pushing. You know, that is also using NATO and the EU to push that philosophy, right? Which NATO and EU would be the beast, right? The image of the beast would be what? It would be that philosophy that they're pushing. You know, that lifestyle, right? It says, "Therefore the nations are mad," and the reason this is the reason why, you know, these nations are going to, you know, are doing it right now, currently, turning against America, man. You know, because they're understanding that they're crazy. You know, it is a crazy thing to follow after the ways of such a unrighteous or unholy type nation that claims to be so holy, that claims to be, you know, having established its constitution and its laws and everything like that on Christianity, you know, which America has never established its rights, you know, its constitution or anything like that on actual Christianity, man. You know, if they were doing that, they would be what? Because the true Christians, you know, so, you know, what they call it, the true Christians will be what? Those that follow after Yahushua, those that follow after the scriptures, man. Those that follow the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You know, those are the true, so to speak, Christians, man. You know, which in reality they wouldn't be called Christians; they'd be called Hamashiachim. You know, followers of the anointed, man. You know, but nonetheless, they don't, man. You know, they don't follow Yahushua, man. You know, they don't follow after righteousness, man. They follow after wickedness, man. Job, the 10th chapter, the 22nd verse, it says this is a land without order, man. A land of darkness, a land without order, man. You know, so they don't follow after righteousness, man. And these nations are ultimately going to find that out, you know, because they're going to look at, you know, or the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is basically going to open up their eyes to see that what they're following and what they've partaken in is nothing but wickedness, man. And it's destroying those nations, man. It's literally destroying their economy. It's destroying their people, you know. And they're bugging out. The people are bugged the hell out, man, you know. these nations are saying, nah, we can't follow that no more, man. We can't be a part of that no more. We gotta secede from that, you know? And this is why these nations are turning against America. This is why everything's starting to turn up, you know, and this is the year of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai turning up, man. You know, rightfully deemed so through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai by our beloved elder apostle Sahar, man, you know? But this is what's going on, man, and everything's gonna boil up to the point where, hey, like it says, and they shall burn her, man. You know, they're gonna burn America. They're gonna destroy America, man. You know. So let's grab Jeremiah 50 and I'll start at verse 9. It says, "For lo, I will raise and to cause up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country." Right, starting with Russia, man. Russia is that north country, man. And it says assembly of great nations. So meaning what? It meaning Russia's allies, you know, nations that are not part of NATO or the EU, as well as those that are part of NATO and the EU. A lot of America's allies are going to turn on them, you know, as we went through earlier, you know. It's going to be it's going to be like, just to put it into terms, you know, it's not necessarily accurate, you know, but just to put it into terms, it's going to be like 6-on-1, you know, or 7-on-1, 8-on-1, you know. That's how it's going to look. America's going to have absolute no power, man, you know, compared to all the nations that are going to come up against it, man, you know, because the scriptures talk about when they go to shoot their arrows, you know, that's going to be, 200,000 or 200 million nuclear warheads that are going to hit America, man, you know, and they can't have more on America's side going against America than those that are, you can't have more nations on America's side going against, you know, their adversaries for that to take place. You have to have majority going against America, right? And this is what's going to happen. Jeremiah 50 and 9, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From then shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty excrement, and none shall return in vain. Right, and those arrows are going into those ICBM nuclear missiles, man, you know. And we know this because Israel and America had named their new missile defense system Arrow 3 missile defense system, right? So they understand, you know, that you know what this means. They understand that those arrows are talking about ICBM nuclear missiles, man, you know, which they're not going to be able to stop, man, you know. The scriptures talk about, going back into Ezekiel, I'm just going to quote it, you know, Ezekiel the 38th chapter, you know, that they're going to come up against the land of unwalled villages, you know, which means what? That they don't have a defense system. They have no defense, you know, and in reality, America and Israel, they're going to have a defense, but it's going to be inadequate for the destruction that's going to come, you know. It's going to be like, you know, basically walking through, oh, y'all ever seen that video of Rampage Jackson, and he was on the Ultimate Fighter, and he got so pissed off at his competition, he destroyed that fucking door, you know, and it was like paper to him, because he was so damn big and so, you know what I mean, so fucking huge. That door, he just fucking ripped right through it, man, like it was fucking paper. Hey, that's what's going to happen, man. That's what's going to happen to America in this defense system. It's going to be completely crumbled, you know. It's going to be demolished, you know. They're not even going to be able to knock down not even one ICBM nuclear missile, man. You know, because you got to think about it. Hey, Russia, China, and North Korea have missiles that can, you know, at you know, Mach 2, Mach 3, Mach 4. You know, they can what are they called? The cruise missiles, man. You know, they can turn at high speeds. You know, they can sit there and maneuver at high speeds, man. You know. And then China's got this one that's out of orbit nuclear missile. It can fly out of orbit. It come right over America, you know, without being detected, you know, out in fucking orbit, and then drop straight down. And within fucking, you know, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, you know, that nuclear missile is going off, man. You know, just over wherever it's, you know, it's targeted to hit. You know, so there's no way that America's system will, one, be able to detect it, nor are they going to be able to, you know, to deter it, man, you know, to fight against it, to win and blow these things up. No, they're not going to have enough time, man, you know, because all their systems, all of America's systems, you know, operate, you know, basically on computer, and or what was it? Not too long ago, they were talking about, how China can ultimately, shoot off an EMP, electromagnetic pulse missile, that will destroy all of America's, electronics. Basically sending everybody to the dark age. And right now, they're talking about cyber attacks, man. Which could very well lead to that. Where they would shut off the grid. Because nations ultimately have, I think it's China or Russia, has the ability to shut down the grid, man. And here in America, so they can manipulate whether we have light or not. And this is what it's leading to. So America's not going to be able to defend itself, no matter what happens. This is really what it's boiling down to, man. And it's going to lead to America being completely fucking destroyed, man. Completely destroyed, right? I'll keep reading. Verse 10, it says, "And Chaldea shall be a spoil, and all that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai. Because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because you were grown fat as a heifer at grass, and bells of bulls, your mother shall be sore confounded," right? And that mother is going into who? It's going into the UK, which America stemmed from, that seventh head, which will be what? The UK. There's 7 heads. You got the 7 heads and 10 horns, the beast, right? You got the 7 heads will be what, man? The Spanish, the French, the Spanish, the French, the Greeks, Germania Minor, Major, Germania Minor and Germania Major. They got the Romans, and then you got who? You got the UK. And America, as it quotes in Revelation 13 chapter, or as it says in Revelation 13 chapter, I saw another head coming up out of the earth, it had 2 horns as big as a lamb. Right? So let's talk about America, man. Or spake as a dragon, Slakia. 2 horns like a lamb and spake as a dragon. Revelation 13, I think it's verse 11. That's talking about America, man. Is it another beast? Is it another head? No. That's talking about who? That's talking about America, which is the reincarnation of the Roman Empire, man. That's why it talks about its deadly wound was healed, man. Because the Roman Empire was destroyed. As a whole, it was destroyed. But that philosophy, that lifestyle of the Roman Empire was recreated or reincarnated in America, man, in its system. That's the philosophy that's being pushed, that Roman lifestyle, that Roman philosophy, the Roman understanding, But not to get off track, off topic, verse 12, it says, "Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert." That's talking about America, right? Verse 13, "Because of the wrath of the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and shall hiss at her plague." So they're going to be like, damn, man. They're going to see the destruction. It's going to be so fucking bad. And they're not going to know what the fuck to say, man. And it's in the revolution, so to speak, man, it's going to be televised, man. Everybody's going to see the destruction, man. Everybody's going to see what's going on to America. How America is basically being destroyed, man. It says, "And everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues," man. And again, that plague is going into what? Those ICBM nuclear missiles, man, which are going to hit America. And again, it's going to desolate America, completely desolate it, man. That's why it says it, but it shall be wholly desolate. And I want to grab that word desolate just to go into it, man. Desolate. Right there. It says, wow. This is uninhabited, abandoned, right? Let's go down. It says right here, "Cause extensive destruction or ruin utterly." Wow, man. It's just to waste, to devastate, to ravish, to scourge, right? This is what's going to happen to America, man. There's going to be extensive destruction that's going to come upon America, man. And again, it's going to make it to where this place is inhabited, man. Or it's going to make it to where this place cannot be inhabited, Sloppy, a slip of the tongue, man, But yeah, again, it's going to make America wholly desolate, man. You go and you read about, Isaiah, the 13th chapter, you know, where there's only going to be desert animals that are going to dwell here, man. You know, this place is going to be, you know, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah, even to this day, you know, is not inhabited, man. It cannot be inhabited. You know, nothing grows there, man. You know, and that's exactly what's going to happen to America, but on a larger scale. You know, it's going to be it's going to be intense, man. It's going to be crazy. You know, and just to transition, while this place is being destroyed, and what's going to happen, man? You know, those that are here that are part of the elect are going to be delivered, man. You know, they're going to see that destruction, man. Like it says, yet and still you shall see the reward of the wicked, man. You know, the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shaddai is going to gather the elect, man. They're going to see the destruction of this place, man. You know, matter of fact, let's transition and go into that, man. You know, right to Matthew the 24th chapter. I think it's verse 29. We'll start at verse 29. And it says, immediately after the tribulation in those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Right, man, going into these elites, these celebrities, you know, so on and so forth, man. They're gonna be frightened, man. You know, they're not gonna be no celebrities no more, man. Not gonna be no governors or anything like that, man. You're gonna be regular fucking people at that point, man. You know. Verse 30, it says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Right, man. You know, Yahushua coming on that fathership, you know, and coming with his army, you know, which will be what, man? It's gonna be what? The thousands and thousands and thousands of heaven, man. You know, coming in those chariots, man. The angels being in those chariots, man. And that's gonna be his great glory, man. Coming in power and great glory, you know, because Yahushua is the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, man. You know, so when a king moves, when a king makes his entrance into, you know, another's land or another's, you know, territory, what does he do? He has an army with him, man. And we're talking about a great army. Well, Yahushua is going to have the greatest of the greatest army, man. You know, and none is going to be able to fight against him, man. You know. Because the nations are, when Yahushua comes, the nations, while this, you know, right before the destruction of Babylon, just right before, we're talking about, you know, just right before, these nations are going to be fighting against each other in the Valley of Yehoshaphat, because that's where World War III is going to be mainly fought, is over in the Valley of Yehoshaphat, which is over by, you know, Iran, Iraq, Israel, somewhere. Oh, it's going to be over there, man, you know, around the river Euphrates, man, you know, which is prophesied to dry up so that the kings of the east can cross over, man, you know, and then they can gather in that area. So this is in the making right now as we're going into, right? But Yahushua, once those nations are gathered there and they start fighting against each other, which you can read about in 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, you know, that there were going to be nations to subdue the man, you know, which coming from heaven, which is Yahushua, you know, and these nations are trying to subdue him. But what's going to happen is he's going to destroy them, completely destroy them, right? He's going to completely destroy these nations, and it's going to be nothing left but dust and smoke, and that's it, man. You know. But then what he's going to do? He's going to after he defeats them, you know, he's going to turn his eye to the elect. You know, he's going to tell the elect to go and gather, or tell the angels to go and gather the elect, man. You know, the scriptures talk about how the elect are going to be scarcely saved. So the elect are literally going to look up, and they're going to be, they're going to pray that Yahweh Shem El Shaddai deliver them, because they're going to see the missiles, man. A lot of us, you know, are going to see the missiles, man. You know, or either that, or we're going to see the chariots, you know, and we're going to pray that, you know, seeing them beam and send out those laser beams and destroy the people next to us or around us, you know. We're going to be praying to Yahweh Shem El Shaddai that we be delivered, man, praying that he delivers us, man. Scriptures talk about how the righteous shall scarcely be saved, man. Scarcely be saved, man. Like the last fucking minute, man. You know, by the skin of their fucking teeth, they're going to be saved, man, you know. So they're going to see the missiles, they're going to see the destruction coming, you know. But Yahweh Shem El Shaddai is going to deliver them, man, you know. Verse 31, it says, he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. Right, man? You know, and I want to grab that word elect, you know, because this is who the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah is coming to save, the elect. Right? Right here, taking in preference to others, right? Especially chosen by the Most High for some special purpose, right? And who is that? Who? That's the elect, man. Those chosen by the Most High. It says selected by a vote for an blah blah blah. Choose. Right here, and this is the point, man. Right here, actually, there's the last two. It says selected as the best. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is choosing the best, man. Those that are going to serve him the best. Those that are going to please him the best. Those that are literally going to do his will. And those that are doing his will in this time. Not when it's the last minute gonna, you know, and you see those ICB nuclear missiles, Yahweh Shem Shai, Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, Tuari Yahweh Shem Shai, Anyam Amayanka Yahweh Shem Shai. No, man. You know, you can't tell the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai you believe him, you know, at the last fucking moment. No. You're if you pass by the prophets today and you don't want to take heed to this word, and you scoff at it and you mock at it and you're not repenting, and what's gonna happen? You're gonna be destroyed, man. Completely fucking destroyed. Only the elect, those that are praising Yahweh Shem Shai's name, like it says in Sirach the 17th chapter, the 10th verse, the elect shall praise his holy name. Those that are praising his name, those that have the name and call upon that name in the time of trouble, you know, and those that worship Yahweh Shem Shai to the best of their ability, those are the ones that are going to be delivered, man. They're the best choice, man. You know, hey, when you go to a store and you look at all these different kinds of steak, hey, what do you want? You want the best choice. You want the choice part of the fucking, you know, the cow, the juiciest part, man, the best choice, man. You don't want the fucking last choice. No, you don't want the worst choice. You don't want nothing that's not going to satisfy you, you know, satisfy your taste buds, you know. No, you want something that's the best choice, the tender meat, man. That good, sweet, juicy meat, man. You don't want that dry shit, man. You don't want that shit that ain't got no fucking flavor. No, you want the shit that got the flavor, man. You want the shit that got the juice. And I'm talking about juice cooked all the way through. Because you know how Esau, man, he said, you know, if you cook it all the way through, you know what I mean? Because it ain't got no damn blood in it, all of a sudden it ain't juicy. Nah, man. We're talking about righteously cooked, juicy, delicious, savory meat, man. You know, that's what we want. And guess what? That's what Yahweh Shem Shai wants, man. He wants the best choice, man. He don't want nobody who's lower than that, man. It's Yahweh Shem Shai, man. He requires the best. And again, the elect are going to be the best. You know, they are the best, man. You know? And then another one, it says an exclusive group or people, man. You know? An exclusive group or people. Who is that? The exclusive nation is going to Israel, but who out of the nation of Israel, who's the exclusive out of the nation of Israel? The elect, 144,000, as well as the 1/3, man. Those that serve Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Those that are doing his will in this time, man. You know, because that's what it's about, man. You know, and I want to go and prove that, you know, that destruction and that deliverance are simultaneous, man. They're going to happen at the same time, you know. This is Luke. Luke, the 17th chapter. And I'll start at verse 26. Luke 17:26. It says, as it was in the days of Noah, or Noe, which is Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Right, man. And this is the mindset on the people now, man. These people are in that mindset of caring about the things in the world, man. They're not worried about, you know, the warning that's being given, man. You know, it's like they have you know, selective hearing, man. You got a warning. You got a warning. You know, the trumpet being blown. Boo, you're blowing it. Boo, boo, boo. You're blowing it. Hey, but they can't hear that. They can hear everything else, but they can't hear the warning, man. And this is the mindset that the people are in. Hey, well, shit, if I didn't hear the warning, then shit, I guess I wasn't warned then, you know? That's how they are, man, you know? When that warning is going out, you know? Noah, he was warning the people for 100 plus years, man, 120 plus years, man. And the people, you know, they looked at him like he was a fool, man. You know, they looked at him like, what do you know? You know? Because he was preaching about something that had not been seen ever at that time, you know? Water came up from the earth and you know, as dew, you know, as mist, so to speak, to water the plants. Hey, well, he was prophesying about a rain, man. You know? Prophesying about rain. And guess what? We're doing the same thing. We're prophesying about that rain. You know, as quoted in Wisdom of Solomon, those strange rains, you know, which is talking about those ICBM nuclear missiles, man. Hey, which people have never seen. They've never seen nuclear war, man. So they're in the same mindset as it was in the time of Noah, man. Those same people, those same spirits are back here on the earth today, man. You know? And we'll give you another time era or another time period where the people are in the same mentality, man. You know? It says, we'll continue on, verse 28 says, likewise also as it was in the days of Lot. They did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, and they built. Right, so they're in the same attitude, the same type of mindset, man. You know? The same type of mindset. And what happened? Verse 29, but the same day, right, the same day that Lot went out, right, he was delivered from the destruction, went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Right, so the same time, literally simultaneously, that's what simultaneously means, man. At the same time that he was delivered, just like going back in the time of Noah, when he entered into that ark, what happened? That flood came, the destruction came, you know? The same time Lot departed from that city, the same time it was destroyed. Hey, well, just like us, man, Lord, will we be part of the elect? The same time that we're going to be delivered is the same time that America is going to be destroyed, man. America's destruction and the elect being delivered from America are going to be simultaneously, man. You know? You can't have destruction, suck it. You can't have a deliverance if there's nothing to be delivered from, right? So that means what? They have to happen at the same time. Either that, or we're talking about nanoseconds, milliseconds, right? One right before the other. Deliverance right before the destruction, man. And that's what we see. They're being destroyed. They're being delivered just before that full destruction comes, man. You know? And it's always happening at the same time, the same day, man. And the same day that America's being destroyed is the same day that the elect are going to be delivered, man. And nobody else, man. Nobody else is going to be delivered from the destruction that is to come. It's not going to happen, man. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai didn't create it to be like that, man. Dealing with you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you know, as well as you Israelites that look like the nations that you've been scattered in that might be here in America, you know, that are not part of this truth, and you're going to be destroyed, man. You know? You're going to be completely destroyed, just like, because you're in the same spirit as these people that were back in the time of Noah, or back in the time of Lot. You're standing in your lot today, man, just like the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai told Daniel, and I think it was in the 10th chapter, you know, he said, go and stand in that lot at the end of the days, man. It might even been the last chapter, man, you know, the 12th chapter, you know. You can correct me if I'm wrong, man, you know. But the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai told Daniel, go and stand in that lot in the end of days, man. You know, so Daniel is standing in his lot today, man. You know? He's standing in his lot today being a prophet, man. You know? Which the prophets are going to be delivered. But there's people that are not prophets that are going to stand in their lot, man. The same people that were back in the time of Noah and Lot are back today, man. Like it says, you know, even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Right, so those same people are here. And those same people are going to be destroyed over again. Zechariah 13:8, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, man. You know, and that's dealing with specifically with you Israelites, man. And that's why it says a third part shall be left therein, which is the elect. They're going to be the ones that are left. They're going to be the ones that are going to be delivered from the destruction, man. You know? Hey, so, you know, you fucking cars, man. But yeah, man, you know, so hey, the destruction of America is coming, you know, and right along with the destruction, that deliverance is coming, man. You know, so if you want to be a part of that deliverance, hey, you better take heed to these words, man. You better take heed to what's being said to you, man. Hey, because this thing is no fucking joke, man. This is the truth, man. You need to get fucking wipe that crust out your damn eyes. Romans, the 13th chapter, the 11th verse, is high time to wake out of sleep, man. You know? Rub that crust out your fucking eyes. Wake the hell up. Sit your ass up. Go drink some water. Eat some food. You know? Spiritual food at that. You know? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know? Get ready, man. Prepare. Prepare for what is to come, man. You know? You can't do that lying the hell down, man. You know? Can't do that with your eyes closed, man, because you're not going to see what's going to come. You know? Romans, matter of fact, let's just grab it. Romans 13 and verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe. Right, man? And again, just as our salvation is near, and their destruction is near, man. Hey, which one do you want, man? You know? Scriptures talk about, matter of fact, let's grab this. Sirach 15 and verse 17. It says, before man is life and death, man. Hey, so you the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, which there's no such thing as free will, but I'm just going to say this for lack of, better words. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is basically giving us two options, man. You can either take heed to the prophets, take heed to his word, and receive that life, or you can sit there and just write it off, man. Cast his word behind you and receive that death, man. I'm just going to sit in my car real quick. But yeah, man, so the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is putting it out on the table, man. Which one are you going to choose? What path are you choosing? And to be real with you, those that are in the sheepfold, those that are, that have faith and belief in Yahweh Shem Shai, you're going to choose that straight and narrow path, which leadeth unto life, man. Everybody else that's in this world, those that are that worry about their new car, new house, new phone, this, that, and the third, going to parties, getting smoking weed, this, that, and the third, and all you people are walking that broad and wide path, which is going to lead to destruction, man. You're going to receive the same punishment as your enemy, man. And we don't want that, man. We want to be able to punish our enemy, man. When we put them in captivity, we want to punish them, man, and not be punished with them. And I'm not saying that 2/3 of Israel are going to go into captivity, but they're going to receive that same destruction that's coming to America. Being toasted, being destroyed by those ICBM nuclear missiles, right along with the enemy standing right next to them, man. And then they're going to have to come back to the loins of the elect, man, through reincarnation. Whereas the rest of these heathens that that escape that judgment, they're going into captivity, man. And who knows, the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai can make it to where you're not born in time to be able to put your enemies in captivity and beat them down. He could have you come back a while later, man. We're talking about years later, man. However it may be, man. Whatever his will is, But that come on, man. You don't want that, man. You want to be able to beat down your fucking enemies, man. You want to be able to see their destruction and then put them in captivity. That's what you should want, But there's a lot of Israelites that don't care, They don't care, so they're ultimately choosing death, man. Like it says, before man is life and death, and whether him liketh shall be given him, man. So if you love the world, you love the things of the world, and the love of the Father is not in you, and you're going to receive that destruction, man. But if you love Yahweh Shem Shai, you're going to keep his commandments, man. And Lord will receive that life everlasting, man. Hey, so with that, that's all I really got, man. Lord will was edifying. Lord will was straight to the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem Shai, Ba'Shem Kakwadash. Double honors to the other apostles and other bishops of Great Millstone, rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing the gospel and truth and its sincerity to the best of their ability given to them by Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. A peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, Lord willing, fall upon their houses. Hey, man, it's a beautiful picture, man. We're almost out of here. America's about to be destroyed. Can't fucking wait, and you see how it's specifically America, man. I love this picture, man. Can't wait for it. Can't wait, man. Right around the corner, man. Salvation is nearer than we believe, man. So with that, I want to say shalom.